I've been using this old dinky tripod for the last 5 or 7 years now. It's broken, it's not very stable, it doesn't hold up my gear properly, and I even had to attach this head on the top of it, which I got off of Amazon, because the original head I just lost. In the end, it just took a lot to get it set up, and it added a lot of friction to all of my productions that I was bringing the tripod on. And I think I kept it for so long because I definitely fell into the trap that tripods aren't necessarily the sexiest filmmaking item that you can purchase in your kit. Cameras, lenses, and lighting equipment often hit the top of that list before tripods do, but I did realize that it was time for me to upgrade because I really wanted to minimize all the friction it came to setting up a shot whenever I was on a shoot or for my own content. So finally, I pulled the trigger and got myself a new tripod, the YC Onion Pineta Peak Tripod, and I have to say I really wish I got this a whole lot sooner. As I said, I really wanted to minimize the friction when it came to setting up my shots. Nothing does beat a good old standard tripod shot, or even a shot that just includes a simple pan and tilt, and having a tripod that is sturdy, reliable, and able to take the weight of some of my heavier cameras was really important, plus a lot of amazing features that really sold me on this tripod that in the end made me pick up 2 for my cameras. So this tripod really excels in one of the biggest features that you see on a lot of really expensive tripods, and that is a single 3-prong adjustment system that enables you to increase the height and decrease the height of the tripod just using 3 different prongs on each of the legs rather than having to adjust 6 or 9 across the whole base of the tripod. So if you wanted to quickly adjust the legs and make them go all the way up, you can, and then bring them back down if you wanted to get really low to the ground with your tripod. The single point height adjustment of the tripod is one of the best features that I like the most, as it enables me to increase the height of the tripod really high if I wanted to, just using the 3 latches up the top without having to fiddle with the bottom parts of the legs. And if I wanted to get really down low to the ground, I can unclip the tripod legs and stretch them out really wide to get those low, still, or panning shots. Depending on the accessories you get too, mine personally came with ground spreaders, which enables me to keep equal distance within the tripod. Another awesome feature I love about this tripod is this really magic-defying telescoping handle, where you can really adjust the handle to the liking of the length that you'd like, and it almost seems like it goes away in some magic fashion. What's great as well is that the tripod is built incredibly well out of this carbon fiber material. The handle on the side makes it super easy to pick up and move around, and it's perfectly placed. And although I haven't tested the maximum payload, it can easily handle my Ursa Mini Pro 4.6K G2 on the head of the tripod, as well as the coconut ball as well, that enables you to gyroscopically move the camera around to get the perfect balance level. You also have 3 different spirit levels, which helps you quickly be able to identify whether or not your tripod and your camera on the tripod is perfectly balanced. As I mentioned, the tripod does have this coconut ball attachment at the top, which makes it really easy to quickly adjust the tripod if you are in a bit of a precarious, unlevel environment. But you can also swap this coconut bowl with a centralized shaft. So if you wanted to telescope the camera's height and not adjust the legs at all, you can put this shaft in here, and enables you to increase the height of the camera up and down without moving the legs, which is really great if you are in a tight environment. And before I continue, I wanted to have a quick word from today's sponsor, Artlist. With the Paralympics currently on now and Artlist's mission to provide high quality creative assets, they have teamed up with 6 Paralympic athletes for a unique collaboration called The Sounds of Determination. Through the collaboration, you can experience the inspiring stories behind some authentic sound effects recorded in collaboration with Paralympic athletes, and give your videos a shot of adrenaline with the exclusive sound effects collection. You can also go behind the scenes and meet some of the athletes, see how far they'll go to achieve their dreams, and how far Artlist went to bring this collaboration to life. You can read more about the collaboration on the Artlist blog, and the exclusive sound effects collection is here to add genuine and real detail to your videos. As always, you can use my link in the video description below to get 2 months free on an annual subscription. And with that, I wanted to say thank you for Artlist for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. All of the handles, levers, and attachments on the tripod are really well built and are quite confidence inspiring when you are locking components of the tripod, even if you have a big camera system on top of it. It does come in a nice travel bag as well, so if you wanted to stow the tripod away and protect it, you definitely can. Plus the legs in the tripod as well have center locking buttons too, which enable the tripod to not move around in travel, which is super helpful as you don't want a leg to fly out or potentially snap something else in your bag. There's only a couple of little issues that I've had with the tripod. The first one you can easily replace. The FH75 fluid head is what I would consider a pretty basic fluid head. However, you can really pair this tripod up with any head out there, like a more expensive one from Sackler or Manfrotto if you wanted to. but that's just one thing to keep in mind. And lastly, locking the legs can be a little bit finicky and tricky at first, and when I first got the tripod I had a little bit of trouble with this, but as I've used it on many shoots now, it's nice easy going. So really, the biggest takeaway I have from the tripod is not necessarily the tripod itself, but it's investing in gear like this that makes your filmmaking life a lot easier, as you always want to minimize the friction of having an idea or having a shoot in mind and going out there and shooting. I know my old dinky tripod in the past made it really frustrating to set up the camera, but now with this awesome tripod, it makes it super easy for me to go out there and film whatever I'd like. And I guess that's why I have 2 of them now. So if you have any questions about the tripod or anything else I've featured in this video, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day, stay safe, and of course, do take care.